Hello. We're here again for Sharkbites. This time, sorry. This time well, go ahead and introduce yourselves again.
Hi, it's Mako Shark, like usual.
Yep, and this is Lemon Shark, like usual.
Thanks for coming once again. It is my turn. I am the one that introduced the show. I believe I mentioned it at the end of the last episode, but we're doing another anime. It's a little older. It's not. Actually, I don't know. I think this is the oldest anime we reviewed so far. Yeah, because the other ones came out a little earlier. But
yeah,
anyways,
all right.
This one is a little different than the other shows. I guess the closer one would probably be Dungeon Meshi with kind of the episodic episodes, even though Dungeon Meshi actually has an overall story, while Africa No Salesman does not really have an overarching story. It's more, it's more strictly episodic. There is only like 2 episodes that are actually tied, and those are the last 2, which is pretty common in these type of slapstick comedy shows. I guess some other examples that are similar would be Chris Aretsuko, Nichijou, Daylight's High School Boys, those type of ones, where each show has their own little mini story. I guess a little background. Africa No Salaryman, or just Africa Salaryman. It's an anthropomorphic. Such a anthropomorphic show. Thank you. And it is about primarily three salarymen, a lion, a toucan, and a lizard, and just kind of their day-to-day antics and living in the work with the other characters, boss, other coworkers, and all that. Some kind of ratings. It's a 6.55 on my anime list, 60% on any list, and actually a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. But if you go through episodes, if you do the average of all the episodes of individual ratings, it's higher. So you can take that with a grain of salt. It is also the lowest rated show that we've reviewed. And I want to say there's a reason, but personally, I think it's more enjoyable than that. But there are some points that we'll probably talk about later that would decrease the rating to some people. But overall, starting with you guys, did you enjoy the show? Start with you, Miko.
Yeah, I'd say so, because usually I don't get into anime too often, but when I do, it's something comedic most of the time, like Spy Family or Nichijou. And this one's a lot more like Nichijou, where it's just unhinged, almost Looney Tunes nonsense. Like, there was one, what was it? There was one where Toucan is like running late to work and got a piece of bread in his mouth, and he's acting all. I guess there's a trope where like a teenage girl is running late for school, so she runs out of the house going, "Oh, tee hee hee," with like, toast in her mouth.
Yeah.
So you see, you see a toucan in a business suit doing this really girly, effeminate run with toast in his mouth, and like, acting really weird. And then he gets hit by a car, goes to heaven, and God is also a toucan and offers to resurrect him. But then two other gods show up and start arguing over who gets to resurrect him, because apparently whoever does it gets points that they can spend on gotcha games.
Yeah.
And eventually he just resurrects himself because he realizes that he can use what he learned in heaven to help with their budget meeting. So it's like, it's weird, but it has like some really funny moments. So it's like, I don't think I enjoyed it as much as some of the other comedy stuff because it was less coherent. It was a little too weird. But there were parts that honestly got a good laugh out of me. Like most of like the problems, antics, whatever are caused by Toucan being a
Yeah.
selfish jerk. He's kind of like the Daffy Duck of the cast. And like there's one where they send him to go save a spot for the Cherry Blossom Festival, which is an
I love that.
actual thing.
I love that
He
part.
finds a yeah, he finds a dead body of another toucan. And he's like, "What do I do with it?" Oh, I know. So he sets it up to hold his spot for the Cherry Blossom Festival, a dead corpse, and then takes off for a club. Meanwhile, the rest of the employees gather, and so far as they can see, their toucan that they know, their friend, is dead. So they host a wake for him, and he comes back from the club. He's like, "What's going on?"
They try to feed him.
And
Birdie bird.
and then yeah, like a lot of the other kind of jokes revolve around the lion. They call him Big Cat. He's a big softy and a really nice guy, but because he's a lion, he has a really scary voice, so people are intimidated by him. Yep, scary face, I mean. And then kind of the straight man, the one that usually gets paired up with like Toucan, is the lizard, who I think is my favorite because he's the one that'll finally snap and start beating the crap out of Toucan. And throughout the series, they keep doing this gag where someone cuts his tail off. Usually
Yeah.
Toucan. It's just spraying blood all over the place. And they do it from those random things. Like he does it when he's mad. He does it when they meet a girl that they don't like and they need to get away. So he just snaps his tail off while the blood's spraying. He runs. Like, yeah, it's just completely unhinged and sometimes a little too weird. But like, overall, I had fun watching it.
Good.
I'd say so as well. I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'd agree with the ratings. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10 myself, but I still had like fun here and there watching the show. Um, there's a lot of interesting stuff. I thought it was interesting how the animation style would change. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like it kind of made it more funny, I guess, to me. Like it'd be like 2D, like traditional like 2D like hand drawn animation, but then randomly it'd switch over to like 3D, like this weird mix of 3D, and like there's times where the characters' bodies like glitch out, kind of like in a video game. And it's like, what the heck? But it kind of adds to the silliness of it.
Yeah.
I will say though, I kind of wish. Well, I could probably say this for another question later, but I feel like Toucan started to piss me off. Start halfway through the show, and
Yeah.
like I wouldn't remove him as a character. Like I think he's definitely like got his funny moments, but I feel like most of the episodes are centered around him, and I kind of would have liked to see more episodes where they focus on the other cast of characters too, like the lion and the lizard. I feel like whenever it was focused on lion and lizard, there's always Toucan was there too, causing stuff like
Yeah.
causing ruckus and stuff. But I will say though, it made me want to watch Go again, and
Mhm.
I definitely it's kind of fun like watching like the show about anthropomorphized animals and kind of how they play off of that. I really
Yeah.
liked the like you mentioned earlier before um, the after credits scenes with like one of the daughters of the lion and her friend the gorilla. They go up to some antics, and I actually thought it was kind of more. I kind of had more fun watching the daughters and their stuff, but yeah, I still had fun with the show for sure. Like there's some moments here and there where I think the humor kind of feel flat for me, especially the. And I feel like it's really hard to do like fourth wall breaks sometimes. Like it's really hard to do that justice sometimes. And there were some moments where it was pretty funny, like Toucan's mentioning how like, come on, it's the third to last episode, and like, what if someone's watching something, or what if someone's eating something while watching this? That's gross, you know. I thought that got a good chuckle out of me.
Yeah, and he's like, "Why are we introducing a new character and there's like 2 episodes left?" I liked
I
that.
love, I love the two daughters, just the one, or the two girls at the end were like, "What, you didn't think this is funny? Like I beat you up if it wasn't a screen between us or something like that." That got a chuckle out of me. But and I feel like it's really hard to get those fourth wall breaks jokes done right sometimes. Like sometimes it kind of comes across as weird and cringe. But I think the show did a good job overall. So
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you there, Lemon. Toucan is definitely one of the worst characters, but it wouldn't be the same show without him. And my favorite part of what the writers did is usually Toucan always gets like the punishment because of his actions. Every time he does something that's stupid, he always gets in trouble for it one way or another.
Yeah.
And so it's not like he's doing pranks and then he gets no backlash or anything like that. He always ends up with the short end of the stick. But how do you guys feel about like the 3D animation? You mentioned it a little bit, Lemon. We've watched a couple other shows that did some 3D. For Sharkbites and without Sharkbites as well. I think it's pretty dated, and it's some parts are kind of bad. There's only a couple scenes I seen. There was some clipping, but when you compare it to like To Be Hero X, the 3D animation just isn't that good. But I felt like it fit the show, and if it was too good, it'd be it wouldn't feel in place. At least for me. How did you guys think?
I feel like I added charm to the show. Like I feel like it wouldn't be the same without the the cheesy 3D animation. And I feel like that's like it gives a character to the show and adds some charm to it.
Yeah, like Lemon was saying earlier, there were some gags they made with it. Like there was one where I think it was the Big Cat's daughter and her gorilla friends. Like they both have a crush on Lizard, so they both grab him and start trying to pull him different ways, going, "No, he's mine! No, he's mine!" And I think they played it as a joke to where his 3D model like gets stretched and ripped in half and then just kind of fades out of existence. I'm like, okay. Like seeing that happen on what looks kind of like a 2005 PS2 character model. Like, it was pretty funny. Or I think there's another one where Toucan gets stressed out and starts melting, and like you can see his polygons just like crumpling in on themselves. So like, yeah, I'm glad that they actually used it to help with some visual gags.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, when this first came out, it was like 2017, and I think the biggest anime prior that did kind of more of a 3D animated anime was like the 2016 Berserk, and that did not go over well. And I think if they did more of it today, I don't think people would have hated on it as much. At least the animation wise. But one other thing that the show does, and I don't think they had this in the book series. I can't remember. I don't think it's a light novel. No, I'm pretty sure it's a manga because it's kind of hard to do their gags in a normal book form. It's a lot of humor that you wouldn't understand if you weren't if you didn't watch a lot of anime, one, and kind of more of that cultural type joking, it's like, why are salarymen in Japan like this? This is completely different than office work here in the Western. So this is definitely not be like an introductory show. It'd be one that you have to have some other knowledge. But I don't know. Did you guys have a hard time understanding some of the jokes? You mentioned it just a little bit. Or was there some references that you guys saw? You're like, oh, looky there. Like, obviously, there's like the one JoJo reference. And then
yeah, that's funny.
There's a few other ones, like that one scene where you just get ripped apart. There's how the girls did their makeup and all that. But
Yeah.
kind of going off of that, did you guys have a hard time with some of that, or was it not too bad? Was there some pretty good references or anything that you can remember?
I did like the Attack on Titan reference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I definitely caught that one, and I think also like the trope of like the schoolgirl getting smashed by a truck. It's like,
Oh,
I really hope I don't get run over by a truck while I'm running out, or something like that.
wasn't that Zombieland Saga?
That's the first thing I thought of.
Isn't that like a trope though? Like a bunch of isekais where like, oh, I'm running off to do something important and I get hit by a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a generic one, but I think it does happen in Zombieland Saga.
Yeah, I've never even seen that show, but I just remember the beginning because you guys showed it to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like I never felt especially lost, but that's only because I've watched enough animes with like you guys and with my sister that I understand a lot of the references and like the Resident Evil reference and yeah, the Attack on Titan one. So it's like it's definitely not a kind of gateway anime where you can just enter in, no prior knowledge. I feel like you do need to have an understanding of just kind of how the whole genre works and maybe how Japanese culture is to really get it. But I mean, even when back when we watched Nichijou, like when I said, which I said was one of my favorites, there were jokes in that show that went completely over my head. Like I had to look them up to try to understand them.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like heck, the first two episodes I actually didn't like it until the third one it finally clicked. Like, oh, this is supposed to be like Looney Tunes random nonsense. Okay. And then I started liking it a lot.
Good. So if you watch the first two episodes again, would you like them?
Oh, of Nichijou?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've rewatched it like a few times now.
Okay. Good. This is a question for you, Lemon. It was like was it the first episode or is it the second episode where they had to go out and find that one cryptid?
Oh, yeah.
How'd you feel about the kind of reveal at the end after they found the cryptid and caught him, or just that little episode?
I remember the creature was really weird, like really weird looking, and it was really funny. Actually, that episode I was really curious, so I switched back and forth between Japanese and the chupacabra in English. The English
Oh,
dub.
really?
It spoke Spanish.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it only had like a few Spanish words, but I thought it was funny how it's like, oh hey, and it spoke with like a super thick like Spanish accent.
That's amazing.
Okay.
But actually, yeah, I like that episode. I thought that was pretty funny. That yeah, it's pretty funny how the creature was actually like a escaped employee. I was like, oh gosh,
Yeah. Like dragging him away.
it's like no, go back to the forest.
I was like,
I almost
oh,
felt bad for him.
I felt that was your kind of humor for some reason. I was like, oh, let me find I like that scene.
I did actually. That was one of my favorite episodes.
Okay, really quick. I wanted to kind of go over the main characters. Not too much detail about them, but a little fun knowledge. so there's actually quite a few famous voice actors in this series, and this series actually kind of feels like one of the like it feels like a break for the voice actors. They can just have more fun with it. You guys probably recognize the voice from Toucan. He's the same voice actor that plays Zenitsu from Demon Slayer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, the high pitched yelling and screaming.
That's
Huh.
why I didn't like him.
In Japanese?
Yeah, the Japanese ones. You did
Oh.
watch in Japanese, right?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, it's like whenever there's a lot of screaming in like an anime, it has to be in Japanese or else I don't know. Like when English voice actors scream, it's just yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, well, this is a horror film. They do pretty good there. The guy that plays the lizard, I mean, if whoever listening or watches a lot of anime, you probably recognize him. It's Kenjiro Suda. He plays Nanami. He's the voice actor for Nanami for Jujutsu Kaisen. Um, he even plays the Japanese version of Kaiba Sato from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Huh.
And a couple other ones. Another character from Chainsaw Man, Kishibe, um, and a couple others from My Hero Academia. The Lion has some pretty famous roles. Bleach, um, Thorkel from Vinland Saga. Who was that one? That was actually a surprise. Oh yeah, Blackbeard from One Piece. Oh yeah, All for One. He does All for One from My Hero Academia, the big bad villain.
Wow.
And it's kind of nice because it's like I bet these voice actors had a good time, even though it might not have been like a highly rated show. It's like, oh, they just get to have fun and make jokes.
Mm-hmm. Good to have one of those every once in a while.
Yeah, like a no pressure one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's kind of continue with some actual reoccurring questions. You guys already mentioned it a little bit critically. How about you, Mako? What would you rate this show?
I think I'd agree with like the critical ratings, probably a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, not that it's bad, but just kind of average. Like I said, there were funny moments, but there were also a lot of over the top moments.
Okay. When I
So,
first, oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, I can finish that thought later.
Okay. Um, for me, I might change my rating, might not. I had it actually at an 8 out of 10. I don't remember when I watched it, but I also based it off kind of just more in just general enjoyment. Not so much critically. If I was looking more critically, then I probably would lower my rating. But it definitely got me some good laughs, and it was actually a little nostalgic watching it, especially with a little different. But the ending song, I'm like, the voice. He has a good voice for. I could have him sing soft songs to me, and then
I
the
did like
opening.
the
Oh yeah, sorry.
I did like the ending too. I did like the ending too. I didn't really care for the opening too much, but the ending song I did like. I'd add it to my playlist.
How'd you guys like all the Fortnite dances? Well, they're not Fortnite
Oh
dances.
yeah. I saw one. I was like, "Is that?"
Yeah, you can see how dated it is. 2019. It was still really popular. Do those, and that
Thanks.
actually that's something I want to bring up later. But the opening also has the toucan and maybe the lizard. I'd have to really listen, but the guy that plays the toucan, he sings the opening song mostly. You can
Oh,
hear his voice.
Really?
Yeah, and that is somewhat common. You hear it a lot more in animes that are basically like the high school girls and everything. One prime example is K-On!, which I mean, they sing other songs as well, but they also kind of do the opening and ending songs as well. But anyways, let's continue on with there. What would you change? Were there anything that you feel like could improve, or is there any problems that you think that just kind of stuck out with you during the show? And I'd like to start off this one really quick. So it is kind of funny seeing those dances and everything, but that type of cultural humor is hard to do in a media outlet because like if a kid this day and age sees that, they're like, oh, that's weird, that's old, why are they doing that? But at that time, it's funny, that's what's happening now. It's I guess you could say hip at the moment, the cool thing, but it doesn't really age well. And I personally think when they do something like that, it's okay to reference those type of things, but maybe try to focus on things that won't be dated as much. Maybe make your own dance with the moves instead of just straight up copy paste and everything.
Yeah.
The references are okay because they reference things that what was it? They're easier to live longer, if that makes sense. Like a show, things you can easily rewatch, that type of stuff, or music, like when they reference Kiss, or
Oh yeah, that was funny.
or maybe it was that other hard rock anime that we didn't thing. Like things that that are gonna survive. You don't know if a video game reference is gonna necessarily live. Something that's get pushed out a lot. But
Like something that's going to age better.
yes, that sounds better. What would you guys say? Is there anything that you'd like to change or anything, or maybe go on with that?
I want to defer to Lemon because it sounds like he had some things in mind.
Yeah, I agree with you too, Hammerhead. I think using pop culture references in media is kind of a double-edged sword. Yeah, double-edged sword, because it can be funny for the time, but then a couple of years down the road become outdated, and it's like not really that funny anymore. We have to explain the joke. But anyways, for my thing, I kind of wanted to see more focus on the lion character. I don't know. I feel like the way the show started, I thought he was going to be the main character, but the main character kind of turned out to be Toucan in a way because it always
Yeah.
followed him. I kind of wish there was like episodic or more episodes that focused like on them more, I guess, and especially like the relationship between him and his daughter, the lion and his daughter. I thought that was kind of cute and be kind of fun to explore that a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like super sad. She's like, she won't even take baths with me anymore. I'm like, as an American, that's kind of weird, but But
would you have liked it if, because it was kind of 3 parts in per episode, if the main focus, maybe the other characters were still there, but the main focus was on each of the main characters, like it did Toucan, the lizard, the lion?
yeah, I probably like that. I did think it was funny how the bird would like fly around, and it's like I think there's like one part where it's like, "It's the afternoon, you a hole." Like, wow, they're really calling me out right now.
The little bird that flies in front of the building.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did think that was pretty funny, but I thought it was kind of funny, like how the show would like kind of call out the listener. It's like calling his names. It's like, wow, I feel so called out right now. Yeah, that's my thing. I want to see more of the lion guy.
Yeah, and I'd agree on that because, like you were saying, Toucan's funny, but there are times you just want to throttle him, like because he's causing all these problems and even harm to his friends. because he's just kind of a selfish a-hole. And like I said earlier, he was kind of like the Daffy Duck of the group. The thing is with Daffy Duck, when he gets into those stories where he's the selfish a-hole that's causing problems for everyone, it's usually just in an 8-minute cartoon. So it's not, it's not like 20-minute episodes where you're having to just see him screw everyone over and just be a jerk. And not every Daffy cartoon is like that. There's plenty of other ones where he's, I don't know, just he's the main character. He gets stuff done and beats the bad guys like the mad scientist or the Nazi hawk. Those are actual things he fought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'd agree if they focused a little more on Lizard and Big Cat, especially because they're both more the straight men. Like they have stuff happen to them and then they try to react to it. That would have been a little more refreshing. So for how it ages, I'm not too worried about it because like I feel like the dances themselves are silly enough. People might get a chuckle out of it even if they don't know what they're from. Like I think a really good example of dated is Megamind. Because they have a gag where they riff on the Obama poster, the "Yes You Can" poster. And it's like if you didn't grow up during that election, like the joke doesn't make any sense. Someone has to explain it to you. But like with these, since the movement itself and the animation is funny, it might be all right. I don't know. What do you think?
That's good. I didn't really see it from that. Yeah, because I think I'm going in with my prior knowledge instead of just if someone from a third perspective just knew no idea what it even was from, what they think about it. So that's good.
Yeah. Other than that, like I said, I thought it was a little too much in some scenes, but some of that might be just because it's Japanese humor and it just doesn't translate to me really well as an American. I mean, what do you guys think?
I would agree. It's about the average salaryman, and we don't really have that type of. We have office workers, but the way they do their office work might not be the same, and Eastern Asian, especially like South Korea and Japan, are pretty notorious for bad, I guess, work situations. Not that great of treatment for their workers.
Yeah, and one of my favorite gags was how their boss is a turtle and he just walks around with a wad of dollars on his head. And they ask him, why do you always have money on his head? And he's like, oh, it's so I can flex on you poors. I'm like, what a jerk. And he'll like beat them up, even though he's just a little 1 foot long turtle.
I was just waiting for Toucan to steal that money.
Yeah.
But how about you, Lemon?
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell because I feel like I was able to get some of the tropes because I do watch some anime and I'm kind of aware of some of the culture here and there. But yeah, I did think it was funny how they like culturally appropriate themselves because like, oh, there's the one Japanese employee from Japan and he's like a ninja, and I'm like, you guys are culturally appropriating yourselves.
Oh, yeah. When they said, how's a new employee from Japan? I'm like, what do you mean from Japan? You're all in Japan.
For reals.
I feel like they did a pretty good job on um, having that Animal Kingdom vibe throughout the show.
Oh, yeah.
There's the carnivores and the herbivores and all that. But kind of going along with that, uh, was there any like side characters that you thought were pretty fun? Like the honey badger and oh gosh, what was that bird? The honey finder? Is that the name of the bird?
honey guy. Oh,
Did that joke click to you now?
oh, that's actually amazing because that actually is what happens in the wild. Badgers do follow a little bird called the honey guide.
Honey guide. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to raise my score a little bit. That's actually really clever.
I believe they actually do a half decent job on. There's some stereotypes of the gorilla eating the banana all the time,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you already mentioned the girl's already lemon. Is there any other kind of side characters that you two enjoyed or anything like that?
I did like the honey badger. I thought it was pretty funny how he just kept getting himself killed, but then resurrected himself.
Yeah, like I thought he was gonna be obnoxious, but actually, like the more they integrated him into the show, the better he got. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, at one point they're trying to get rid of him, so they say, "Hey, could you take on that elephant?" He goes, "Yeah." And then it cuts to like Lizard by the window, and all this blood is spraying up, and he's like, "Well, he's dead." And he just comes back later in the episode. I'm like, "Didn't you die?" He's like, "No, I am invincible." And then watching him actually go to that speed dating thing and taking it as a challenge, it's like, okay, so we can see him in a situation where he's not just being like weird and suicidal. He's just like super enthusiastic about it. That made me like him a little more.
There's also Lethal Hamster. I thought they were kind of cute.
That was so random. I'm like, what is this? Yeah, for just to better describe what the lethal hamster is, folks. He's just a hamster that randomly shows up throughout the show with two big kitchen knives in his hands, or baseball bats if he's really mad.
Yeah, with the
And
nails on them.
yeah, and I don't know, like he's just kind of there. Like he works at the business office, but
It's like a stray cat that just hangs around.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. I kind
Yeah, I can't
of
remember. Oh, you go ahead, Mako.
Oh, I was just gonna say, um, I kind of liked the ibis or whatever that Japanese bird thing was, the ninja
Oh, the crane.
Crane.
crane. Yeah, that's what it was. Just because, like, he's a ninja for some reason, so there's a part where no one's seen him all day, and Big Cat decides to call him, and you hear his cell phone ringing in the room. He turns around and the crane like drops this screen that he was holding. He was hiding in the room the entire day. Just seeing that moment where he hears the phone going off and he turns around and looks at the wall. Like I thought it was funny. And then Toucan starts freaking out, going, "Whoa, can you teach me that?" So the honey guy I actually kind of disliked, weirdly.
He's a little turd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like
like
Toucan, but like worse.
Yeah.
He's Toucan without all the charm.
yeah, exactly. Like he goes broke because he's an idiot. And then he tries to get the money back by taking out a life insurance policy on his boss and then killing him with a bomb, but somehow he gets the bomb mixed with a jar of honey, and I'm like, he's just kind of annoying. He's not funny or charming. He's just, yeah, like you said, he's toucan without the charm.
Except the honey he finds is like under the desk.
Oh yeah.
Stupid. How'd you guys feel about? Oh gosh, what was it? The the story about the HR guy when he lands the job. He he helps Lion and he saves the turtle boss.
How about
Oh,
the Bobcat thing?
Yeah,
yeah.
the links.
I think it's called
Yeah,
a caracol.
Yeah.
That's what the one of the episode descriptions called him that.
Okay. Um. and then it shows like the kids beating up, and then do you guys remember who was one of the kids?
Oh yeah,
The toucans.
the girl that Toucan was like beating up the president he now works for when he was a kid, and they don't recognize each other. Oh, that was a good twist because I was like, you see two of the kids that are beating on him. I was like, well, who's the third kid? He's got Toucan's silhouette. Like, yeah, that was a fun reveal.
Good. Yeah, I didn't plan on going through every episode, because it'd be really fun to go over all of them again. Like the speed dating with the pig, and
yeah,
like the shot, getting the blood drawn, and all that type of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess kind of keep to the script.
That one was fun. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I guess kind of the last question would be, I'm assuming the show didn't make you emotional, but did you feel anything while watching the show? Maybe even hungry during the scenes with all the sushi there?
Mostly.
I think I got some good laughs.
Yeah. Mostly good laughs. A few moments of irritation, like with the honey guide. Actually, I think I'm going to update my rating because, like, just the fact that I keep laughing about some of the scenes from it, I think it deserves a higher one. So, like, I think I'll make it a 7 out of 10 because even though it did make me laugh again, it doesn't feel like it'll stand out a lot in my memory.
Yeah, I did not remember a lot of it, even though I've already watched it before.
Yeah.
But I still had a good time.
Yeah, it's definitely a show I'd recommend to people. Like, if you're interested in a weird, like, a niche, niche anime comedy, so I'd definitely go for it.
Let's see. Well, any other things you guys want to bring up about the show before we finish off here? Final notes.
Is it based off a manga?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you for reminding me. There is a manga, and I want to say, I don't know for sure. Let me see. Because I'm curious. I haven't read it. I'm curious if the manga has a different focus or a greater focus on the other characters.
Really?
I don't know that. I'm saying I'm.
Yeah.
I could see them making the show a bit different than how the manga was.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, there actually was a previous show prior to this one. It's just an alternate version, and they're just shorts. They're 2 minute long, and there's 10 of them. And I haven't watched it, and it just looks different, and I'm curious if it actually be more correct to the manga, and maybe the manga, like you're hoping for, Lemon, focused in on those characters. It's currently still running. It's been over 10 years from 2014 till now. Maybe it's over. It's just not updated. I don't know. But it feels like one of those comic strip gag things. That's kind of my guess. But maybe it's a 4-panel manga. Maybe it's an actual manga. I don't know. But there is a manga, to answer your question.
Yeah, I'm curious how they break the fourth wall in the manga versus the anime.
Yeah. Yeah, because they can't animation as much.
Yeah. If any listeners have read the manga, feel free to comment below and describe it to us, please.
Anyways, were you about to say something, Miko?
Oh, I was gonna say, I think one of my favorite quotes in the show is from the blood drawing one. It says, "Wow, I didn't feel a thing. Oh, that's because that's because I went right through the vein." T.
I forgot about that.
Good. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I wanted to try to find a show that you might enjoy, even if it's not as it's a show that you might not have given it a shot unless someone else recommended it. I don't know. It's one that I would say don't just look at the rating. Give it a try. Watch maybe up to 3 episodes to see if you like this type of humor. I personally enjoyed it. I'm glad I rewatched it. I personally think it deserves higher, but obviously everyone's opinion is valid when it comes to their own ratings. It's not that popular either. It only has like 10,100 users that have rated the show, which there are less, but if you also like some of these voice actors, it's kind of nice to listen to some of their previous works. But any final remarks from you guys?
No.
No, not at the moment.
Well, thanks for joining as always. Do we have something in mind for next time there, Lemon?
I do. You want me to say it now, or
If you want.
sure? I'm really curious. Have you guys seen The Amazing Digital Circus?
Oh no. No, I haven't.
How about you, Miko? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Is it something you two are interested in watching, or should I pick something else? Because I have other stuff in mind too.
Oh, I don't feel too interested in seeing it.
I'd be okay with watching it, but go ahead and I'll let you think about it. And if you want us to watch it, I'm still down.
Okay,
And
I'll think about it.
we don't
I guess
always have to. Sorry.
I guess it'll be a surprise the next episode when we decide.
Okay. I mean, we are going to watch stuff that we enjoy, but that doesn't mean we always see stuff that we enjoy. So,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to make you guys watch The Odyssey. Don't worry.
Watch what? The Odyssey?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I won't make you guys watch something. What is it? I won't be too evil.
You won't make us watch something objectively terrible.
Yeah. I mean, so there are some things that I think are funny to watch in like groups, even though it is terrible. Like, what was it, Ghost Stories, for
Oh,
example?
yeah. Well, that one's like a that one's like a league of its own.
Yeah, but those ones you have to watch together uh, instead of just like individually. But
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few things from the digital circus, so I wouldn't mind giving it a shot. I've seen quite a few memes, and I think Pomni is pretty fun. I don't really care for some of the other characters, but that's okay. But okay, we'll be excited for whatever we watch next time, whether it's the Amazing Digital Circus or something else. Whatever Lemon decides, we'll go with.
All right.
Yeah, fun. Well, thanks for listening or watching or whatever you guys are doing now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.